he was definitely reducing the burden on Ohio. Again, everything our governor does, Mr. Strickland is doing in a positive fashion. Do we want a guy that fights for Wall Street? Do we want a guy that works for all the wealthy people and gives them cuts? No. Mr. Kasich will do that. He will step in. He will fight for jobs overseas. He will fight for the wealthy. He will fight to keep us in a low area. Right now, the bottom line, I do support our governor. We all in this room support our governor. We need to step forward. He's doing so many things positive for us. What can we do now to help him? With that, I don't want to bore you any longer because there's a gentleman here I think you'd like to meet, Governor Ted Strickland.
Well, I am happy to be here in Circleville, Ohio. It's not the first time I've been in this wonderful community. Thank you for welcoming me. For those who have worked so hard for so long, I want to thank you, Phil and all the others. Thank you for the service you gave. I'm not going to talk long today, but I do want to just take some time to talk about what I think is really important for the future of our state. Phil has correctly indicated to you that times are tough and have been tough. But we're fighting every day to try to bring this economy back. This recession was not of Ohio's making. It was not caused by Ohioans. In fact, it wasn't caused by me. This is a national recession that was brought about by policies that increased benefits for the wealthy and, quite frankly, took the economy off the cliff. That's the reality. Wall Street greed brought about this recession. But we've tried to deal with it in a responsible way. One of the things that we're doing is investing in our local communities. And as Phil has said, we just recently received here about a $3.5 million job-ready site grant that will help take the facility and make it more attractive for reinvestment and new job creation. I remember this particular facility because I visited it a long time ago when I was running for Congress, and Pickaway County was in the 6th congressional district at that time, and it was a beautiful facility. Provided a lot of wonderful jobs and was so important to the community. But it closed. And I just want to read you a comment from the Circleville Herald, written in 2004. It just gives you a little example of how this closure affected the community. The paper reported that the city stands to lose $278,000 in income taxes from former Thompson workers, constituting 18% of the city's total tax revenue. The Thompson closing deprives the town of $450,000 in water revenue, 31% of the total. The public safety budget, general and capital improvement funds are also facing cuts. Those are just some of the results of what happened to this community, to this city. So not only were the individual workers and their families affected, but the entire community was affected. And that's what happens. That's what happens when we embrace trade deals that give other countries an advantage and place our workers at a disadvantage. So I'm here to talk about that today because going forward there are two people seeking the governor's office. I'm seeking re-election, and I have an opponent by the name of John Kasich who is wanting the job that I currently have. You know, Mr. Kasich and I were both members of the House of Representatives. He was in Congress for 18 years. I was in Congress for 12 years. And during those years, we built records that are open for people to examine. So I want to talk a little bit about our different records in Congress, and then I want to talk about what we've each done since we left Congress, and then I want to talk about how I think Ohio should move forward. When we were in Congress, John Kasich and I both faced the vote on NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement. It was a hotly debated vote. I will never forget the evening I walked from my office building there in Washington, D.C. over to the Capitol building to vote on NAFTA. And it passed. I voted no because I felt that it would cost Ohio and America jobs, and it did. John Kasich voted yes. Later on, we had a second important trade vote, a vote to determine whether or not we would grant to China special trade status. It was called Most Favored Nation trade status. And I voted no, because I thought it would cost Ohio and America jobs, and John Kasich voted yes.